Hey y'all, it's Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV, and I'm back to bring you news and commentary you can use. Listen, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. My family is doing well. I hope your family is doing well too. Listen, y'all, I've had an extremely busy day, a busy weekend, but I wanted to take some time and come on and speak about this particular story, which is headline news, and I want to get your thoughts. Okay, I'm getting some reports that something has happened in Russia. Okay, you all let me know if you know about this story. There was some type of concert hall attack. Okay, and as many as at the time of this video, I'm reading reports that as many as 137 people have lost their life. Okay, in Moscow, Russia, to be exact. Okay. Let's talk about what has happened there, y'all, and why. And, you know, we can also talk about, should we be concerned here in the United States, okay? According to my sources, y'all, Russia has lowered flags to half-mast for a day of mourning after what is being described as scores of people lost their life with automatic weapons, okay, at a rock concert outside Moscow in what is being described as the worst attack, okay, inside Russia for 2 decades. All right, just think about that, y'all. This is very concerning to hear, okay? The president, okay, President Putin, declared a national day of mourning for Sunday after pledging to track down and punish all those behind the attack, in which at least, like I shared earlier, 137 people have lost their lives, including children, y'all, including what my sources say, 3 children, and more than 150 people injured, okay? Putin spoke as he addressed his nation on Saturday, and he said, and I quote, "I express my deep, sincere condolences to all those who lost their loved ones." This is what he said on Saturday, his first public comments on the attack. And he also said, and I quote, "The whole country and our entire people are grieving with you." Okay, now, also according to sources, allegedly, the ISIL, or that's ISIL, and then in parentheses it says ISIS armed group, claimed responsibility for Friday's attack, but Putin has not publicly mentioned the group in connection with the attackers, whom he had been trying to escape to Ukraine. Okay, according to my sources, he asserted that some on, and I quote, the Ukrainian side had prepared to spirit them across the border. Now, we spoke about what's happening concerning Ukraine, Russia and Ukraine. We've talked about it here before on the channel. Now, this particular group, this ISIS group that I named earlier, you know, as far as the United States, there have been some circumstances where it seems like they were on opposite sides, right? So this particular group being mentioned and claiming responsibility is concerning as well. You know, a lot is going on in the world, even with our what appears to be or at one time was, okay, if it has improved since then, open borders here in the United States. For something like this to happen in Russia, the question I want to ask is, should we be concerned about something? You know, I pray that it doesn't happen, but what should that change about us here in America, basically, is what I'm asking, okay? Now, they're saying that what happened was, okay, according to sources, and I'll try to, you know, make this as less graphic as possible, but basically they're saying that the men fired the automatic weapons in short bursts at terrified civilians, who, of course, would have been screaming, okay? So allegedly this happened at a venue, I believe, called Crocus City Hall. That's CROCUS City Hall, which is being described as the 6,200 seat concert hall outside Moscow, where 4 armed men burst in on Friday just before Soviet-era rock group Picnic was to perform its hit Afraid of Nothing. Okay, and then that's when, as I just read, the men came in with their weapons and began firing on the crowd. Okay, very tragic, just horrible incident. Okay, It's also being described as the an attack that caused the most loss of life, basically, on Russian territory since the 2004 Beslan school siege. Okay, which you can look up your, you can, you know, do your research and see what happened there. Okay. Let's see. All right. The governor of the Moscow region, Vorobyov, said on Sunday that the rescue operation was completed and the search operation is still ongoing. They're working to do identification by relatives in hospitals. Doctors are fighting for the lives of 107 people. That's according to a quote that he said. Okay. So it's just a very terrible, tragic thing. They're also asking people to donate blood. Blood banks said on Sunday that they now have enough blood supplies for 4 to 6 months. Countries worldwide, countries worldwide have expressed horror at the attack and sent their condolences to the Russian people. Let's see. Okay, so at the time of this article, basically they're saying that 11 people have been detained, including the 4 gunmen who fled the concert hall and made their way to the Bryansk region, about 210 miles southwest of Moscow. Putin said, and I quote, they tried to hide and move towards Ukraine, where, according to preliminary data, a window was prepared for them on the Ukrainian side to cross the state border. Russia's Federal Security Service, or FSB, said the gunmen had contacts in Ukraine and were captured near the border. Okay. So allegedly the suspects were headed to Ukraine. That allegedly was confirmed by a Russian publication. Okay. They do allegedly have this all on footage. And, you know, they're going through the process, I guess, of dealing with the court. Okay, it says two suspects appeared in court in Moscow late on Sunday to face, and I quote, terrorism charges, Russian state news agencies reported. Okay, so they're pretty much calling this a terror attack, y'all. So the question I ask is, why did this happen? What's really going on? Who's behind it? And should we be concerned here in the United States? Okay. You all let me know your thoughts on this. I've had a very long day, very tiring day, but I wanted to come on just to speak about this and to get your thoughts. What's really going on? Very, like I said, very sad, very, even hard to report on, just, you know, the amount of people who have lost their life. And what does this say? What does this situation, should it be a wake-up call for us here in America, as far as border security, national security? Okay, let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for supporting me here on the channel. Stay tuned for more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks TV.